progress and implementation of bioprinting in medicine.
Sorry, can you repeat your question? I got distracted.
Oh, that's okay. My question is, how do ethical consideration and regulatory frameworks impact the progress and implementation of bioprinting in medicine?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, the ethical and legal issues here.
Yeah,
The
again,
legal issues, policy
ethical,
issues.
yeah, ethical issues, it's always there. So every day we talk with whatever the technology we talk, there will be a barrier. So we see ethical issues as the barriers for the development. But unfortunately, we have to accept that that is kind of a safe side for the human being as well. Because once we
It's a
do
question
not
of death
have,
or
if we don't have any ethical boundaries, then our nasty scientists will go beyond the safe line and they will create humans and do whatever they want, right? So ethical issues, yeah, that's true. Getting the tissues or getting someone's tissues without their consent or doing some kind of experiments for a certain extent is a very ethical issue. We are facing some ethical issues as well, to be honest with you. And on the other hand, guys, in the medical field, still the scientists they are facing a huge challenge because we know the technology, we know how it works. We have already done that on a lamp. We have already successfully created a lamp. We call it Dolly the lamp. So that Dolly.
Ah, le clonage avec la chèvre Dolly.
Yeah. You
Yes.
got it. So Dolly, it's a mammal, right? Lamb is a mammal. So we are also mammal. If they can create a lamb is a baby goat, So if they can successfully create a baby goat, then obviously they can create a human, because anatomy wise we are all same. We lay babies, we give milk. That's our internal anatomy. So if they are successfully create a lamb, then they can successfully create a human. But again, ethical stops us. So ethical consideration stops us because a human cannot create another human, but we know all the procedures, all the technologies, all the ways. For example, 3D bioprinting, we do not need to depend on others for the tissues. We simply extract my own cell. If I am rich enough, I can create another clone of myself, right? But as per the ethical laws, I can't. A human cannot. Only God creates another human being. A human can't. So those are the things what we are bound from these normal practices. And I think that's what we are having in the medical field as well.
Okay. And for the future of bioprinting, how long do you think it will take before bioprinted organs can be used for transplants? Okay.
As a fact, I can tell you, in our world, we are using a lot of meat, meat consumption. Beef. Do you love beef? Guys, Emma, Mary, do you like eating beef? Chicken,
Yeah.
mutton, everything, right? So like me, you are also omnivorous, eats everything, right? Unless a human, we eat, right? Okay. I also a meat lover, but I read a fact from a research paper. Scientists they found the artificial meat using bioprinters. So why did they find out that way of printing artificial meat is they just want to stop slaughtering the animals, and also whenever we have huge numbers of animals, they contribute to the greenhouse effect, because they are excreting CO2 materials, and the temperature of the environment increases, which affects the greenhouse effect, right? So our Earth's environment the temperature gets high, the North Pole, South Pole snows are getting melted, sea levels are getting high. So it's a kind of a circle which is contributing directly from these farms, right? So whenever but anyways, we used to have our meats, right? We can't stop eating meat. Yes. Because we were like that and we were omnivorous. We can't stop eating meat. But we need meat, but we want to stop slaughtering and we want to avoid the environmental temperature issues. So that scientists use this 3D bioprinting technology into provide artificial meat. So nobody knows whatever the meat we are eating nowadays, whether it is directly from a direct goat or is it from a lab, right? Because it's already in
Yeah.
the market. I believe that is from the US market, they have already launched, but I'm not sure in the European market whether you got the approval from your healthcare ministries. I'm not sure, but the technology is approved. So now we are reducing the impacts of slaughtering the animals and we are printing the meat. Whatever the meat we want, they are printing and they are delivering it into that, right? So that type of food practices is already applied, right? But on the other hand, the developed countries already they are printing their organs, but we think that there will be around 5 to 10 years gap for Asian market in order to print our organs.
Okay.
Okay.
And Emma, you have a last question, maybe?
The last question is about the impact of healthcare and society. So, how do you think bioprinting will transform the healthcare industry, like the whole sector, in the next decade? Like not only bio, but also, I don't know, operation or something.
Yes. Good question. Bioprinting doesn't allow you only to print your organs. It allows us to print our own medical devices. It allows us to print some tissues for testing purposes. For example, I think you have heard about whenever we are launching a medication, for example, what type of medicine you take for pains. So for headache, do you use some kind of Panadol materials in your country? Panadol.
For
For example,
headache, we have like
for example,
Doliprane
let's
or
say,
Ah,
Emma,
yeah,
you got headache.
paracetamol.
Yes,
yeah.
paracetamol. That's correct. So paracetamol is a general term of medicine. So in our country, paracetamol becomes Panadol, right? So the paracetamol is the general medicine name. So in each country, they have their different names, brand names. Okay. So what happens is whenever you have a headache and you take a painkiller, the painkiller acts as a numbing material to your nervous system. So your headache is always there. Your body cures. The medicine, whatever you take, will cheat your body to to understand the pain. Okay. So your body only cures. Whenever you get fever, again you take tablet. So what's the function of that tablet? The tablet cheats your body to feel the pain from the fever. Your body only itself cures. That's why we get temperature. That's why we need to drink more and more water. So the medication, whatever we take, is for just for cheating your own body. Right? So that's why we get in different colors like pebbles, Okay, coming
Yeah.
back to our point. Personalized medicine is another concept we can adapt from 3D printing. We call it personalized medicine. So what we do is we understand each and every person's body. We analyze. Emma, you are having a different anatomy, different cell types, different diseases, different background. Marine, you have a different background. I myself, Gaston, have a different background. But how is a general paracetamol allows us to take in order to in order to stop the pains, right? In future, whatever we are going to do is we are going to study the patient's body, patient's anatomy, patient's problem specifically, and then we will develop medicine in order to work very prominently for him. We don't need to have general medications, right? We will find out the exact problem from the patient and we will able to develop some kind of medications in the lab, and that will helpful 100% for stopping the problems. It will be very good for the cancer problems as well. So these are the future perspectives and future goals of 3D bioprinting. And I have mentioned medical devices. We don't need to pay a lot of money for the medical devices. We can print 3D bioprinting for the biomedical devices with low costs, because we can use low materials, cheap materials to print different medications or devices. Okay, so that will be helpful for
Okay.
us economically as well as physically.
Okay. And do you have maybe an idea about the potential societal impact? Or
Sorry, I didn't get it, Emma. What?
do you have maybe an idea about the potential societal impacts about the new printing, like on the societal impact?
Yes, yes, yes. It will affect us a lot. It will change our system actually, because whatever the system we are having is a conventional system. Like 20 years back, whatever the system we are having, still we are practicing the same method, right? Most of the European market already has changed, I believe, as long as I understand. But in the Asian market, we are just practicing the same method, whatever my grandfather practiced. But whenever these kind of technologies get introduced into the healthcare system, it has the potential to change entire system, and it impacts a lot.
Okay. I don't know, Marine, if you have another question or not.
I have a question. How many people has already test the bioprinting
You mean
for
how many people are? I didn't get your question, Mary. How many people means what? How many people?
Maybe Marines means like how many people already do like bioprinting, like
yeah,
use, for example, the tissue organ or human, or only for the moment?
like how many patients
Oh,
des
okay.
patients
We can't count it. It depends from the need of the patients, right? As I told you, in the Asian market, bioprinting is not started yet. I myself, as a lecturer for some certain universities, I teach about bioprinting, but I haven't done anything on bioprinting. I haven't
not yet.
printed any organs because the technology is new. It is not in our market, right?
Mhm.
So we got trained online from European or American markets, and that's how we came across bioprinting. And we know these types of technology is available. This is very helpful for the patients who are having these transplantation problems, waiting problems, and all. And we are just consulting them. Yeah, this will be a suitable problem, but uh, we do not have the technology, so that we are just practicing the old ways, like you need to wait because we don't have the technology. Okay, but
Okay,
the
I understand.
who will be benefited from this technology is bioscientist people will be benefited. Biomedical engineering like us, they will also get benefits, and surgeons who are doing the transplantation surgeries also will get benefits.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for all the information and for your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you for the opportunity, and I wish you all the very best to complete your project or whatever you need for
Thank
from this
you.
interview.
Thank
Okay,
you so much.
thank you
We
so
wish you
much. Have a
to
good day. Bye bye.
have a good day.
Yep.